James, why did we put into the game? I think I'm gonna have to tell Run last chance, and otherwise you're fired, brother. Yo, what's up? Yeah, let's do it again. Let's do it again. Do it again. Oh, James. Well done, my brother.
Thank you. I'll cut it out. No one will ever know. No one will ever.
Okay, yeah, cover it up. Hide it. So, guys, we're currently getting a pullback in the market at the moment. We do have a very important support trend. It is a big fight between bulls and bears. You know, are we going to get the pullback at the lower low first before we're going to 28K? Right now, we still have higher highs, higher lows. I'm looking to take advantage of that. I'm currently looking at the total 2, which is the altcoins, no Bitcoin over here. And if we continue the trend that we've been doing for a while, we are looking at a really strong next leg to the upside. I'm starting to see the popcorn effect to continue. Do you see you getting these random altcoins that are doing crazy things? Like we had ApeCoin that just went the other day and just did something crazy. And like we're starting to get a lot. I see Chili's yesterday, you know, did a random pop as well. So we're definitely in a different state where there's pullbacks, but there's also still the popcorn effects. And I think we've been looking at a lot of the major alts. I think I'm going to start getting into a little bit of gaming tokens as well and start looking at what am I looking to take advantage of on this pullback. And let's see where it can take us next. We got a crucial level where we want Bitcoin to break next. We do have the total dominance going up and retesting, and it does look like another strong leg to the downside. And we have the DXY, which is also retesting. It's got a little bit more upside and then the retest, and then hopefully a really strong leg down. So right now, I still feel that there's a slight edge to the bulls, but I am going to be giving you guys the different scenarios. No more wasting time. Let's get into the show.
Click. Have you heard the news? What? With his finger on the pulse, it's like Sheldon knew. Click. When the sniper shoots, we got Sheldon on the charts, so we never lose. Enter the sniper, sharpshooter advisor. Enter the sniper, he marks the charts right. Enter the sniper, he's calling the cycles. So enter the sniper, click. Time to be dedicated, sniper mode is activated. Explosions in the market are in target, and Sheldon demonstrates. Mirror on the wall, Master Sheldon tell us all. We got Sheldon on the charts, so we never lose. Enter the sniper, sharpshooter advisor. Enter the sniper, he marks the charts right. Enter the sniper, he's calling the cycles. Enter the sniper, click. Enter the sniper.
Yo, Banter fam, what's happening? I hope you're all having a fantastic day out there. What's up? Please pop in the comments there where you're from and how are you feeling today? Are we bullish? Are we bearish? Are we going to 18,000 first? Are we going to 28,000? Pop in the comments. I actually want to have a look. What are we feeling, guys? There's tons of great charters out there. There's tons of guys that are watching the show. What are we feeling? Are we going up? Are we going down? How are we feeling? Australia, Portugal, Malaysia. What's up from the UK, Australia, Thailand, Romania, Dubai, Sydney, Germany, Spain, London. What's up, guys? Hope you all. Thank you. Hungary. Oh, wow. That's France. I see there's tons of places. I'm actually going to Paris in 2 months. I'm in Amsterdam. So please tell me, like, pop me a DM on Twitter. Pop me things. I'm going there. I'm going to Singapore. I'm going to Lisbon. I have 4 international trips over the next 2-3 months. So please tell me if you are there. Pop me a DM. I would love to come meet the people. I'd love to go have some fun. Show me around. Show me your country. Show me your city. Let's get the inspiration. Let's get the fire back into the system. What's up, everybody? If you are new, smash a like, smash the subscribe button. Make sure you're following me on Twitter, Sheldon_Sniper. Make sure you're following our Telegram and all of our social media platforms. Let's jump into it. Let's have a look to see what is happening. Where we at? Gold Coast, Singapore. Oh, I love it. Lisbon. Come to Lisbon. Lisbon's going to be massive this year. I think we're going to throw another big party. We're going to have a lot of fun. Brazil. I really want to go to Brazil. Ukraine. I really want to go. Is it okay there? What's happening in Ukraine? I haven't actually kept up too much. I've stayed completely off of news and off of these things. How's things going there? Are things going better? I really, really hope they are going better. Turkey, India. I want to go to India, definitely. Netherlands. I definitely want to go there, which I am. I'm going there for the Grand Prix. I'm actually watching the Formula One. Me and Ron are going, hopefully meeting Max Verstappen and all these guys. We're going to be meeting all of them. Indonesia, I've recently invested in some property there, so I definitely think it's a place worth going. Ireland, Nepal, amazing, guys, amazing. All over the world. You see this big-ass family we have created. Everyone from all over, all looking for the same goals. So let's jump in quick. Let's have a look. Let's see where we are sitting, how we're looking at Bitcoin. It feels like we're pulling back, right? Like, not feels, we are pulling back. But I'm saying, like, I don't know. Does it feel like the recent pullbacks? I don't know. It doesn't feel as aggressive. Maybe the aggressive parts to come. Like, we'll soon see. But I'm going to give you guys the two different views of what I'm looking at here. We do currently have Bitcoin pulling down. Remember, this was the previous move. We did have the move that took us from basically 20K to 24K. And now we're sitting around 22,700. That's the current level we're sitting at. And if you look at that, we're still currently in an impulse wave where we have a way higher low at this point. We do have the RSIs tapping out a little bit on the 4-hour and on the 8-hour. We don't have it on the 12-hour and the daily just yet. That's why I do think we can possibly still stick in this range, if not bleed a little bit more to the downside. But other than that, we are still very much in an uptrend. And I'm going to give you guys the warning signs of where I'm looking at and why I'm deploying in specific areas as well, and what I'm deploying into and where am I thinking we're starting to go next. So we have the 4-hour, 8-hour at the bottom. And then we have the 12 hours still making its way down. So I'm basically thinking that today is a slow bleed. I think tomorrow's a neutral day where it's maybe a little bit of bleeding. And then I think on Thursday, we start to go up. That's sort of what the charts are showing. We need the 12-hour. We basically need another, call it 36 hours until this is reset to the bottom. And then I think we're going to start having a little bit of the bullish momentum again. And as long as we hold specific areas, we are still bullish in the market. And all that we are doing is we are sliding slightly every time, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, until possibly we can get the real breakout that takes us towards the 28K sort of region. Slow down. Am I talking too fast? Yeah, we do have some short-term trades that I'll be helping you guys with as well. Let me have a sip of water. You can see this thing tells me I must drink 8 a.m., 10 a.m., and you can see it's 12 p.m. and I'm not even halfway just yet. Alrighty. So what I'm basically looking at here is we have dominance. So we got Bitcoin currently pulling down. Now, if we look, we got dominance that is starting to move slightly up. So we are getting a little bit more exaggeration into the altcoins, which makes sense at this point. We've had that dominance really pushing down. But the chart that's keeping me bullish and is this chart, is the USDT dominance. We've spoken about it a few times. And you can see currently what we are doing is we did break the trend 2-3 weeks ago. We are making lower lows and lower highs. So all that I'm seeing here is a reset of RSIs. I'm seeing this go up to test this area over here, which is showing a little bit more downside. And then I'm seeing a bigger leg to the down to continue basically the downtrend. And I actually think we're going to come down to these areas because if we look here, if we look in this chart, the previous supports that we had was basically this range over here. Okay, we had the highs, which are usually the supports, and that was the ones we were holding previously. Now we've dropped them. And for me, there's no more real support other than this low over here. And then after that, the supports are only down here. Now, that just shows you that, isn't that what we're sort of seeing? We're seeing like a little fight of like slightly higher highs, slightly higher lows. We're not getting the true breakout just yet. And it basically gives me the area that when we drop this low over here is when we can actually get the acceleration to come down here and actually give a bigger leg than what we've seen previously. And that takes us down to the areas of over here. Now, if you look at the last times that this basically happened and we got these sort of stronger pullbacks in these areas over here, guys, this was November. This was the second, basically the second leg of the bull run last year where Bitcoin went to 69K. It was this area over here. That was the big move there. So we haven't seen a massive impulse to the downward side in the USDT dominance for quite a while. And if we do get a decent move like that, it's just confirming that the push to 28K. I even saw Al Capo was saying 25 first before lower lows. So even he's short-term bullish, and I don't think it's been short-term bullish for the last few months. So even he's starting to get, okay, the bulls are holding a little bit better than the bears at the moment. And I am looking at when we do drop these lows that we start to get the acceleration. So for Bitcoin, the two different views that I'm looking at, short time frame, let's jump into the 4-hour here, is we have this one support over here, which gives us the possibility of us bouncing in this area. We have this last support over here, which is basically the 22,700, 22,600 zone. We hold there. It's a very strong impulse. And I'm looking at the short-term push where it takes us from here to that 25. Now, this is basically Al Capo. I think his sort of theory on what he's looking at is it goes to here, and then he's thinking that way, sort of south. Okay. Now, for me, I'll agree on it to here. We'll make the decision once we've broken through there to see if we are going to have a low point there. But either way, I'm looking at Bitcoin, another 10, 12% to the upward side to that region. First scenario. Second scenario is we continue this downside here to basically around the $22,000 zone. From here, I do then see the daily stock reset. I have the 12-hour reset, the 4-hour, and the 8-hour, all 3 or 4 stochastic RSIs reset. I do expect a bullish movement here to take us also to the 25K sort of zone. Will we see if we break? Ideally, we do want to break, go to 26, test, and then continue the run. But we'll basically see from there to see if the market's got enough steam at that point. Because we do have the stock market slowly slowing down at the moment, and it is retracing. And it's sad to see, but the crypto market's still following the stock market very much at this point. The stock market's looking good. That was a really strong wave, but there's nothing wrong with it coming down and testing some points and then continuation. We shall see. So now, because we got this current pullback in the stock market, we are getting the current pullback within the crypto market as well. So that's the only thing that's really slowing down. And just looking one more time before I jump into the altcoins is we have the Dixie. Now, the Dixie did drop that trend last week, which was a great sign. We started to get a little bit of movement in the market again. And now I'm looking at the Dixie come slight push up, test the zone, and then have a strong leg, very similar to this leg we had over here. I'm looking at that as well. And ideally, let's just get this off. Ideally, I'm looking at the Dixie make its way down to these areas over here, which is basically you're looking at another 5, 6, 7% down in the Dixie. Maybe we drop a lot more. The Dixie's been going up for a long time. Maybe we retrace this whole wave. And if that does happen, you'll have the Dixie come down here somewhere, which will be really bullish for the market. But to say we're super bullish just yet is not it's a bit irresponsible to say that we're super bullish at this point. Just temporary. I think we are bullish, definitely. For now, I'll give you guys the two different scenarios. So let's jump into ETH quick and let's have a look to see what's happening on ETH. You'll see on each of these time frames, you can be looking at, I think short-term entries are becoming available now. I would be probably buying within the next probably 4 to 6 hours in that sort of region is where I'll be buying short-term trades. I think for a short time frame, you're getting to an area where really your risk to reward is really good. Your stop losses are really key places because you're actually on longer term trends right now. So by buying short time frame now, you're buying in a good area and you know how to calculate your risk. It's also just asking the question, like buying for higher time frame and buying medium term time frame views, is that the time too? So here's my two views on ETH. Either we bounce here, where Bitcoin bounces this area, and I think ETH explodes from here. I really do. The only reason it's been pulling back is because it's been the outperformer. It needed the RSIs to reset against Bitcoin. It needed these things to happen. And the very bullish scenario, every YouTuber is talking about 28. Why would they not send the retail? They make money, right? Like they might even send it further. Because then let's say the price goes through 28 now, then every YouTuber is calling 32. They might push it to 29, 30, and then completely tank it all the way back down to thing. Like for them, it's money. They're already in. The whales are already in. They were buying when everyone was shaken out and no one wanted to be in crypto anymore and everyone was depressed. They bought. And through that time, they're going to now bring the FOMO in, run the retail up again, and then they're going to destroy them again. That's just how the game works. So let's play with the whales. Let's work with them. We'll be taking profits earlier than those zones to protect ourselves. And we'll be moving stop losses up. So we'll plan for that. We'll learn from the last runs that we've been through. So for me, ETH, the very bullish scenario is we go up from this area over here. 1,550 is basically my support, and the really bullish scenario. From here, we bounce, we go to basically 1.8, we retest, and we go towards the $2,000 zone. That's a really bullish scenario. The bearish scenario is we lose. I would say the top support right now for ETH is around 1,530, this zone over here. We lose that. It will give you a little point to exit some of it. I would only be exiting some spot and short-term trades. I think long-term, I think we're good for at least the next month or two for now. But definitely, if we do break this, when we come up and test, I'll be exiting some of it and I'll be buying at lower areas, because this will probably then give us the area of ETH coming back down to 1.3. Probably come test these supports over here, and that'll be a nice little way to accumulate another 10-20% more ETH than what you had previously. I still feel the hype's going to be big towards the merge. I still feel we're going to have a lot of movements. We've got the elections coming up later. I feel we're going to have a little bit of a nice little bullish spree at that point. So if you do see any opportunities right now, think about it. We've got a very good bullish and a bearish scenario, right? If the bearish scenario plays out, it's giving you more accumulation of tokens for the next bullish move, which will probably be closer to the end of the year. So you must look at it a win-win. You mustn't sit and say, like, either way it goes, yeah, you can benefit. You can either benefit by gaining tokens if the bullish scenario plays out, or not tokens, the dollars. You'll be making dollars. And if the bearish scenario plays out, you have opportunity to create to build more tokens and to build more of your ETH by exiting on these reset the resistances and buying back on the next supports. And what's nice about this, if we do drop this and we test, I'll be exiting a decent amount here, and then I'll be basically dollar costing in from this area of 1,360, dollar costing more at 1,250, and basically laddering back in. And by doing that, remember, you're accumulating more Ethereum. You at least have a good opportunity of collecting 12 to 20% more Ethereum, which can ideally become a really powerful strategy going into the merge. We'll probably sell the news when we get near there. Maybe they delay, maybe it goes through, but we know there will be some sort of sell-off at some point. So don't look at these two views as two different ways. I'm either making dollars if it's bullish, or I'm making coins if it's bearish. And what's nice about it is, because the tokens have been running in a really nice support, it's going to be quite obvious if the markets turn bearish. And that will be if we lose these current support trends that we're in right now. So you'll get the sign. Just don't miss the signal. Don't miss the signal if we start closing below here now. Remember on the retest, like, okay, you got two options right now. You remember, you got two strategies. And if we bounce here and we rally up and we basically break the short-term trend, which I'll give you guys now, then okay, keep in, we're going to make some dollars. And if the other one plays out, you just got to shift to strategy 2. Okay, cool. The market's not giving me dollars to make right now, but let's accumulate some tokens and just understand that and know what are the signs for that to happen. Now, let's jump into Solana quick. Solana's the same sort of thing. Solana's quite bullish in my opinion. It's got a really big range, a massive range. Like, this range is really big. We've seen Solana at 44, then at 26, then at 42, then at 30. Like, the range is massive at the moment. So this one is a little bit harder to farm tokens. I'll be a little bit more patient to farm tokens. But for bullish scenario, it keeps getting bought up in this upper trend. And like I was saying, if Bitcoin bounces now where it is currently right now, I am looking at Solana go test the top again, which is around the $46. So it's not massive. It's around 18% move. And if we do obviously break that in range, I still have the targets of $60, $65 on the bullish scenario. If Bitcoin comes down to that lower level that I was speaking about, that's this area over here, I'm definitely buying spots in these zones over here, which is around 36 or so. And the bearish scenarios, we drop that, we test, we'll offload some of our Solana here, and then we'll have another farming opportunity of around 35% of building more of your Solana at that point. So I'm going to pop through these quickly and just show you guys so you can screenshot them. I'm not going to talk too much on all of them. Same thing in NEO protocol, where it is now, where it bounced. If it comes in the zone and we shoot up, I'm looking 80% up. You can see I haven't drawn anything outside of these trends just yet. We'll get there. I don't want to give it all now and then it confuses you going forward. Once we got the entries, we're going to then work on the next move. Bullish scenario, bearish scenario, farming tokens, making dollars. So NEO's looking good. It's getting near support. I do think it can come a little bit lower, and I'll just be a bit patient to see if Bitcoin does go to the lower range. And I'm definitely loading up on NEO. I think it looks good. I have spoken quite a few about these. Phantom for me right now, risk to reward is in a buy zone right now as we speak. This would be one short-term trade that I'd be taking now, because it's very near. It's on support right now. So my stop will be under this previous low that we made in the last 2 days or so. That will be my stop loss. And if we lose that, I'll be definitely on my longer term, not longer term, but my spot in that I'll be offloading here and farming a lot more. Or we got the really bullish scenario, which it has been doing really well, where we bounce from here, we shoot up to about 37, 38 cents, we retest, and then we move on towards the 45. I do have a 60-cent target for Phantom to the bullish side, to the upside. And I'm really just putting my time and my focus into getting that entry for that move. Taking a little bit of stop hits on that now and then, but that's the move that I really want on it. And it's pretty big. It's basically 100% from where we're sitting at right now. So this is a good one. Tokens, dollars. Remember through all of them. Cardano. So Cardano, I've been waiting to move, and I'm still looking at 65 cents. I'm even looking at higher as the target. They just keep moving this damn merge. So we keep getting a little bit of hype in it, and then they move the merge. And now apparently they've moved it, I think, 4 to 6 weeks away. So right now, if you're buying Cardano, remember, you're looking at about a 3 month. A 2 to 3 months is when you're looking at getting some really decent returns. So just look at your portfolio and look what you can hold for 2-3 months. And wherever there's good buying zones for Cardano, is when it'll be loading up. But we are close to support right now. Bitcoin bounces and runs from here. I see Cardano going to 56 cents as just the test of the range. But ideally, I'm still looking at us go to the top ranges of around 65 cents. We'll see after that. Maybe we break through. We'll see as we go. And then it's very similar to the previous alts that I've been speaking about. We drop here, we test there exactly where we're buying now, and we farm some tokens. But I think Cardano is a good one for 3 months. I really do think it's a great one. Let's go through AVAX quick. AVAX, same thing. Bounce from here, 18% up, top range. If we drop through. I'll start exiting here, and there's a good farming strategy. We got DOT. DOT for me is a bullish one. It's one that I'll be buying short time frame now. Stop losses under previous lows. DOT's definitely one of my short-term bullish ones now. It's the only one that's still really in the breakout and retest of trend. And it's really nice because it's had a good pullback from the recent highs that it made to this area. And I'd probably be looking at short-term TPs where the previous high was. But I am looking at DOT make its way back to around $11 to $12. As the next target to the upside. So DOT's definitely one of the more bullish ones for me. Matic, I feel a little bit out of steam, but it does turn really bullish quickly. So there's short-term entries here for me outside of this flag to the upside. If it goes bullish here, I'm looking 20% up. If it's bearish, I see it coming down 73 and eventually dropping that. So Matic, definitely one I'm also focusing on. Thorchain, I'm also very bullish on. I think it's going to be one of the serious bigger movers. If market goes bullish now, I think it's going to be a really big mover. And I'm looking at $3.4 as my target from here. So I drew this up a few days ago. I got the two scenarios. There's the bearish one. So do you see why I love buying on supports? Because worst scenario, I don't get stopped or something like that, and we lose trend and we start to go red. I will basically exit where I bought, so I don't lose. You know what I mean? That's sort of the strategy, the way I want to work. And when you got long trends like this, we break, we test. Okay, it faked out. It's looking bearish. So let me exit where I bought in. And you see, you get a really small loss, if not no loss at all. And then you got a really big farming opportunity as well. So I'm looking at up to a 40% move on Thorchain's next move. So I think Thorchain is definitely one of the big ones. Quick one on Chainlink, a little bit more downside first, but just screenshot this. If you see this play out, I'll be buying over here. Bearish scenario. See why I'll only buy here is if the bearish scenario plays out, I can get out. So I won't buy here now, no. But if it goes here, I'll buy here. Because then if it goes wrong, I can sell here and I can then accumulate tokens. So you can see it's all strategized. And if Chainlink does bounce here and, well, from the zones, we are looking at a 20% up to the areas. Now I'm doing a little bit of gaming tokens, probably about 5% of my spot, as I feel gaming is going to wake up. So I am jumping back to Axie. I'm not doing it because I love the token or I think it's a great game. The range is just massive for me and I'm making a lot of money on it. So the last move ran from $14 to $19, and that's the same thing here. I am looking at a slight lower entry than where we are now. Otherwise, if we do bounce here, like a very short-term trade, I'll enter here and stop loss under previous low in case we do bounce here. Otherwise, I'm catching it here and I'm looking at go to $21. As you can see here, we're shooting up higher low, and then the range is getting bigger every move. Like it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So the moves are getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And that's currently what the market's doing. So I'm trading with that. I would like to get, so a small entry here, short-term gains to around $18 or so to make some short-term money. But ideally, I want to get some good spot entries here. Reason, if it fails, I can get out and I can farm tokens. But if I get the right buy here and we move, I think Axie is going to really be a big one to the upside. Then we Decentraland, same thing. See the ranges. Look here. They're getting bigger and bigger. Like they started off smaller. Now they're getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And that's the same thing here as well. I feel gaming's going to have a run. I don't know why, but I just got a feeling gaming's going to have a run. And the charts are looking pretty bullish too. So for me here as well, if I'm looking at a short-term trade now, like a short-term leverage or something like that, I won't be doing more than 2 to 3x. I'll buy here. I'll put a stop loss under this previous low, knowing that we still have a lower range. And probably take profits around $1.02 somewhere there. But ideally, I want to get this buy over here. If I can get it around 90 cents, I'm happy. Same reason, if it goes wrong, I can get out. But if it goes right, I'm looking at $1.15, $1.2 from here. So you can be looking anywhere between 20 and 25% gains on the next move. So definitely adding that in now. Sandbox as well. So you can see all of them. Sandbox is a little bit more bullish for me because it's independent. So you got the other ones, basically moon boots. Let's get them ready. What happens if it happens you don't have your moon boots on? Come on, then you're buying the top. Remember, you got the two differences here. You're either buying when there's fear and it's scary as shit, and you must actually feel sick when you buy because you're so nervous. Like I've actually been watching guys that said like that's actually how you should be buying. Then you know you're buying in the right area. When you're super confident, like if you don't buy now and the market turns bullish, you're going to be buying the top. It's quite simple. So sand as well, I'd be entering a small leverage here now, stop loss under the previous low. If that goes right, I'm probably selling around 1.32, just a 3 to 4, 5% move. But ideally, I want to catch this move over here, around about the 120 zone. And I'm looking at us go to 145 next, and then the 155, the very bullish scenario. Same thing, if I'm buying here, it's so that I can exit if it goes wrong. And I can have, so either way, you got two options where we're sitting at right now. Slide 5% more down, like for the short-term sort of bearishness. And then you got a big opportunity. You're either going to make 20 to 40% dollars to the upside, or you're going to make 20 to 30% more tokens. Like that's the two options you got. The market's going to offer you one of them. If you're ready for both, like that's what it's going to give you. So prepare for either way the market goes from here. And if there's any others here, guys, give me a whole list of tokens if you don't mind, and please go put it in the Twitter so I can go through all of them. There's tons of them here, and I can get them all to you guys tomorrow. I saw Chili yesterday. I can't believe how this thing just ripped. Do you see this popcorn effect? Guys, like the market's moving. Like there's random popcorn effects. So keep using the flags. If you see them, like that's actually a really big thing here, guys. BBS, I'm going to start trading some of your guys' tokens. So from tomorrow, give me trades, please. Put your charts there. Put the coins you're looking at. For me, why do we work as a community and help us find these popcorn effects? There's so many of them. So let's use this. Sign up to BBS below and put your charts, please. Because I'm going to start taking live trades on this. I'm going to start doing trades from these over here. So please keep putting them in because I want to follow you guys. Let's help each other and let's find the popcorn effects. Because look at these moves. They're ridiculous. You know, Chile yesterday pumped 32%. And all you got to do through this time is have the flags. If we got the flags together, we can track them. So use the flags and the trend lines. But that's the only strategy you need right now. It's just hard to find all of them. To find the ones that are moving and the ones that are popping, especially for the short-term traders. I don't understand. If you guys put your charts there, I don't think you understand how much people you're helping because it's very hard to find all of these things. A0, I think, is a really good long-term hold. Very long-term hold, but I think it's really good. So a lot of these tokens are having these random pumps. I saw there's an Arweave pump. I saw Wi-Fi. Anyone know a Wi-Fi pump? Like, look at that. Guys, like, come on. Like, let's work together and let's find these things because this is massive. How big did this thing move? 111%. 65% up from where we are now. So it's quite crazy. And this was just, you know, a resistance flip. Look at that. Boom. Shoot to the upside. Let's actually do a few tokens for you guys here quick. Curve, let's have a look. Let's see where we are with Curve at the moment. So these were the early trades I gave you guys. Look at that breakout, and we got them. So if we look at Curve, on the higher time frame views. So guys, we are going to start doing this every show now. I want you to be a lot more active in the comments. I want you to be giving me the tokens that you want me to chart. Like, I'm here for you, and I want to help you guys with any of these tokens that you are trading. So curve's pretty good. It's probably looking at a good short-term buy, but it is at that point where it needs to bounce. If it doesn't bounce here, it's going down. So be very careful. Here's probably the perfect short-term entry here with the stop loss under the trend. And if it turns bullish, it's looking strong. And obviously, we want to go test these bigger ranges here. So I'll only be looking, that's actually huge. If we look at percentage here from here to there, it's a 50% move from curve. So this is nice for short time frame. Just be aware that if this drops, it will retest and it's going down. So you got the two views, but risk to reward, it's a great place to enter and put a stop loss in, definitely. And if it does go south, there's a good farming strategy that can happen on there as well. What else, guys? What else? Pop them in here. Pop them in. Let me go through them quickly for you guys. Let's actually do some tokens. Gala Games. So Gala's nice. I actually looked at it this morning. It's one that I was already buying. Remember with you guys, I think it was 3-4 months ago. So I think it bled literally like 60%. So I'm actually looking, when I'm making like some trades and I'm making some profits, I'm actually at like balancing my portfolio. So I'm buying these coins cheaper, accumulating more, and it's actually bringing down my entry zones. I'm prepping for a bull leg. Maybe now, maybe in a month or two. Like, I think we're going to get a bull leg at some point, and I'm prepped for. I'm not missing it. Like, there's no chance I'm missing it. So Gala's looking pretty good. If the market bounces here, Gala's going to rip. Like, it looks really good. So I'd only be interested around 56 to 58 cents is where it is. And my stops are around 55 cents. So no leverage for this one, but spot wallet definitely. And what we can look at here is if this explodes off from here, and it does break through this key resistance over here and all this resistance down here. Let's actually move this. You are looking at 88 cents as the next target for Gala. So we can look up there. That's more or less your next sort of area that we can move to after that. RSI divergence. I do use it. I use it more in, we actually get into the right market where we can start using it. When there's a big range market, I use divergence, definitely. Okay, so we got Gala, Render. Let's go look at Render. Render's been doing well, guys. We were speaking about the bounces. It's looking pretty good. So these are my little drawings. So Render, I'm not selling at all because it's really, really strong. I'm looking to buy more though. And the only place I can see that's really reasonable to buy more is around 60 cents. But it's looking bullish as shit. It's really looking strong. Like those wicks the other day, I'm still looking at Render make its way back to the top range, which is $1.10 anywhere in those sort of zones. Before I look at higher targets, that's my main target for now. And I do have around 55 to 54 cents as my warning zones. If we break this trend, I'll then farm some more. But it's one of the bullish one, and you'll be quite lucky to get an entry. Remember, if they're not in the entry zone, you don't buy them. It's quite simple, guys. But Render, if I can get it, I really want to buy more. I really, really do. But I'll only buy around 60 cents. So for now, unless it's there, I'm buying. Otherwise, I'm holding strong. I think $1 in that region is a really good place for us. What else are we looking at? Let's go through KDA. Let's see. I'm sure I had it here somewhere, actually. Let's actually look. I'll add it for you guys. Pop them in, guys. Let me quickly go through a few for you. Let me help you guys with them and see what I'm looking at. So KDA is still in accumulation. So it could be a really good retest. So if you look here, what it was basically doing is it was forming this channel. So if you take it from there to there and to there, so that's what it was in. It was in this like really aggressive point. So if the market bounces here and this holds here, it's an RS flip. And the RS flip can always be a really good bullish sign. So if the market turns bullish, this will probably make its way back. I don't think it's out of the big range just yet, but I do think it has the possibilities of getting back to around 2.5, 2.67, and maybe the $3 mark. So the way you want to trade this is you actually want to see if we do have the RS flip here. Short term, if you buy it now, stop loss, previous low, it's got to bounce in this area. But ideally, what you want to see is you're going to basically create a ladder effect for yourself, where I'm buying here now, and let's say it goes in your favor, right? It goes up. You're basically setting yourself these horizontal ladders to be like, this is all the next zones that it needs to go. And what I want to see, horizontal lines are powerful, guys. What you want to see is you want to see this one bounce here, shoot up to that one, test, shoot up, test, shoot up, test. And you see what he wanted to do. You basically wanted to be walking upstairs. That's what you want. You're going to put your trend line in play. And when that loses steam, you basically take profits on that. But that's how you want it to play out. So it will help you with targets that once a certain point is hit, it must hold a certain point and these sort of things and have that sort of ladder effect and all of that. Let's have a look. Zol. I'll have a look at Zol for you guys. Let's have a look. So there, that one played out. We took profits. So you can see I'm doing all of these on basically 12-hour daily. These sort of ranges are good at the moment. So Zol's looking pretty good. We're waiting for a really key breakout. And then I think we're really going to get a ripping move from Zol, where, like a similar one to what we've had previously before. And you're basically waiting for this one over here. So this is a really powerful trend. So use it on Zol. Be a bit patient, but 1, 2, 3, 4 touches. Really good trend. The break of that is when Zol's going to rip. So for now, you basically have this thing forming the sort of downwards wedge where I'll be buying anything that hits support and I'll put stop loss previous low, and I'd really be patient for the breakout. But the breakout's an important one because the breakouts, remember, now you set yourself the ladders again, where all of a sudden we break out this trend. Now you set the ladder point. There's 1, there's 2, use the previous lows as well. Very important. There's 3, and you see how you can set the ladder effect. And this will give you the indication. Break up there, test there, break up there, test there, break up there, test there. Use a trend line to help you, but ideally looking at 80 cents. 80 cents, anywhere between 70 and 80 cents can be the target for the next Zol pump. So I'll definitely keep aware of that. I did do Matic, guys, so just go a little bit back in the video. You will see Matic. Theta, you're asking the wrong person. You're asking the wrong person.
Hello.
Can you bring up Theta over there? What I'm thinking on Theta.
Yeah, so you were talking about Theta replica dot, the same as dot as well. Let's quickly go there. Theta also had a massive breakout yesterday. Let's go to the 1 hour chart. Let's go have a look. It did a nice 20% yesterday, the last 24 hours. Look at that wick all the way up to $1.58. It did a nice 21%. And also it broke out of the range. Well, it made a higher high. So it's broken back into the range again, but it has done a higher high. So if we zoom in, you can see there, it's been battling here since May. It's been battling in this range. We broke out there, had a bit of a fake out. We've had another little bit of a fake out because it's wicked, but it's come back down again. But it's getting stronger and stronger each time. So we're making a higher high and a higher high. So on a lower time frame, I have entered a small position here. And the reason being on Theta is because it broke out of this trend line. It went all the way up. It's come back down to retest it, and it's testing the lower support trend line as well. So I have taken a small little entry over here with a stop loss just under the support line over here. And because it did have a strong push up, and I think the Theta bulls are revving to go, and they're revving to get it up. I am, however, keeping an eye on Bitcoin because same as you, we've got it's currently on the 50% retracement. But this is a key level for me on Bitcoin over here because it's a triple support sitting over here, plus it's a 618 retracement for Bitcoin. So for me, this is a very strong, if it doesn't hold the 50% on the Fibonacci retracement, I am expecting it to come back down and retest this area over here. So if we zoom in a little bit more, you'll see it's on this support line over here, and it's a retest of this resistance line where Bitcoin broke out of. So that is why I have taken a small cheeky short long on Theta for now, but I have got a type stop loss underneath this resistance in case the support, unless Bitcoin decides to go back down to the previous the 618 and those support levels. But Theta is looking very bullish. This was an awesome sign for me. Was this? Unfortunately, we didn't close above it because if we have a squeeze in, I mean, the next targets, if Theta can close above this range over here, look where our next targets are. Anything up to $2.13 can be the target, which is a huge move.
I think that's a perfect example of accumulation and catching that breakout. Like if you catch that breakout, the next gap is really far.
Yeah. And that's a beautiful accumulation. And obviously, the longer the accumulation, the bigger the push is up. So this is actually like giving it power, giving it strength. And now we'll wait to see if it can actually push and close above this area over here, which would be a great sign for us. And it's trying. It really is trying. I mean, we watched it I watched it move last night, and I still thought I'd be patient. And then because this happened during the night, obviously woke up this morning and was like, wow, okay, that was a nice 20% move during the night. But yeah, so let's see. This is my entry zone here. I entered down here at 138. And yeah, tight stop loss, and we'll see where it takes us. I've got a shorter time, this over here. So obviously now we are trending downwards, but on a shorter time frame, on a 5 minutes. So if we are going to come and break this shorter term resistance over here, I might add. Because currently I've just entered a very small position just to take a chance and take a trade for today. Yeah.
Cool. Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
Cool. Okay, I'm gonna do 3 more charts for the Banter fam here. 3 more charts. Before I do that, guys. So remember, send your charts. I'm gonna start taking trades. BBS. Sign up. Secondly, guys, all the trades, we're going to be giving you guys tons of them. People are asking about the $400 challenge. So I told you guys, we're continuing that. And it's running on a cool new format. I've actually just been waiting for our Discord to be finished. Once the Discord's finished, then we can do the live shows. We can do the $400 challenge, and we can move it to Discord. So as soon as I'm off the live stream, we can continue the trade. So I can always update you guys and keep you all updated with all the trades. And we're going to actually have you live track the portfolio the whole way through the journey. So you get to live track the whole thing. So that's gone nowhere. I just needed to put some structure in place for you guys so you can actually see it full time, so you don't get stuck anymore. Very important. Guys, remember, if you are educational purpose only, if you are looking to open accounts, we have a new sponsor, Binance. They are sponsored, and they're giving you cashback vouchers up to $2,200. If you're looking to open accounts, it supports the channel. It helps you guys with getting sign-up bonuses and all these discounts on your trading fees as well. We have ByBit, we have BitGet, we have Binance, and we have KuCoin. These are really, really great exchanges, and it's exchanges we trust in and great in. So if you're looking to open accounts, sign up on that link, and it means a lot for us. Let's have a look. Okay, so there was a question on waves, so I'll quickly give waves. Waves is in a 12-hour sort of trend. Same thing here. I'll buy anywhere on support, stop loss, previous low, same thing. And I'll be waiting for the breakout on waves. And waves is nice because when you get that breakout, the next gaps are quite high up. So this is quite a big range token. So if you see that the breakouts, all of a sudden you got some tokens, if they break out, they'll make 10% or they'll make 15%. And then you see some tokens that'll make 50%. Just remember, they're higher risk, bigger range tokens. So smaller percentage of your portfolio. Just be very aware of that. So you got, there's your first $8 over there, and then you got $10. So you're looking at a 100% move that could happen from this next one. Over here, I saw Filecoin. The guys were speaking about Filecoin. If you have a look, it's cool. Let's have a look at Filecoin. Wow. Boom. Had that rip. Do you see why we got to pay attention? Guys, the same patterns are playing out, and we've seen them many times. Many times. So please use BBS. Please, let's track them together. Look at that. Accumulation, complete breakouts of notes. Like, that really moves strong, and it hits a little bit of resistance here. So I think Filecoin, if the market does pull back a little bit more, it can come all the way back down here. It can, be aware of that. And that's where I'd probably be really looking at buying it if it does happen. Otherwise, I'm not buying it. But if I'm holding it, I'd probably be looking to sell around $14. So this thing's got legs. It's got a lot of legs. I think it's going to do really, really, really well. I saw there was ARs. The guys were speaking about ARs. This is higher risk, smaller token. It's in accumulation. Don't expect to make massive gains just yet, but you can dollar cost this token. I think they're good. I think they are really good. I know Run likes them very much. And it has these random pumps out of nowhere. If it has a random pump like this again and you have it, sell. Okay? Deal? It doesn't last. It's huge pumps. Like, they literally really pump up here. Like, literally, they do 150% in a day, 2 days. When this coin, I would accumulate anywhere in the bottom range over here. Small dollar cost, smaller part of my portfolio. And when you see this huge ass pump, sell. Very simple. Next ones, let's have a look. VeChain, I'll go through VeChain for you quickly. VeChain's cool. Like there was our previous trades. They did very well. But if you have a look at VeChain over here, it looks like it's slowly making progress. It's just got a lot of resistance at this point over here. And I think when we finally get through that resistance, we'll start to get some really decent moves. So if we look here, guys, pop a yes or no if you like me going through your tokens for you guys and helping you. Like just pop that. I want to evolve and I want to keep you guys happy. So let me know on that. So VeChain, the only time I'd buy is around 25 cents if I'm buying, because then I can put a stop loss below that. But if I'm holding it right now, I'm holding quite patient. I got this as my sort of warning sign, but I really want to break through here. If I break through here, we go here. And if we break through that one, look at the gaps, guys. You see how you must use the gaps. So it's very important. So if we have a look at the gaps, boom, there's the next gap up there. So that's the really big breakouts, 33 cents to 45 as the next bigger sort of target. Cool. I'll do it. I see tons of yeses here, so I'll help you guys with all of that. Yeah, we are updating the coin panel charts. Definitely, they updated today. Sometimes on weekends they might lag a little bit, but every day in the week they'll be updated all the time. So I'll make sure even on weekends. It means a lot, guys. You like it. Good. I'll keep charting tokens for you guys. I'll just sit here and chart for you. Is that my new job? Is that what you guys are telling me? I should just be here and just chart for you guys and chart for you guys and chart for you guys. Okay, cool. I'll do that. Cardano, I went through, guys. So I'll do. Let's have a look quickly. So ENJ, USDT. So tell your friends, tell your family, tell you got a guy that you come here, you type in your coins and he'll chart them for you, okay? He'll give you the bullish and bearish scenarios of them all. Remember, all of these guys are trends over here. If they do invalidate at any point where they break them, get out on the retest and farm tokens. Tokens, dollars, token, dollars. Remember that. Engine, I would buy anywhere around 56 to 58 cents in that zone. Stop loss under previous low. It's still slowly moving. This one's, you're waiting for, you just got to be a bit patient with some of these tokens that are still in range. When it finally breaks that zone is when it's going to really rip to the next levels. So just be aware of that. And it will basically set your ladders. And that's basically where you want to see it. Buy on supports, sell when we get to resistances, and look for RS flips for continuation. Break, test, break, test, break, test. That sort of thing going forward. QNT, what is it? I see so much of it. QNT. I'll do it for you guys. It's so many tokens. Okay, looks pretty good. Looks like it's been ripping pretty well. It did take a lot of damage. Give me 2 seconds here just to get this right. There we go. So this one had a beautiful break of trend and retest. So if you have a look there, beautiful break and retest. If it does come anywhere there, is buy zones for me, which is around 76 to the 84 cents. That's obviously Bitcoin plays the bearish scenario out. And the bullish scenario is right now it's fighting all of this resistance. That's why it's getting stuck. But when it gets through that one, where's the next one? Is here. It's probably where I'll take a good amount of profits. But you basically got these 3 major areas of resistance. So once through here, 150, $200 mark. So basically work it at that sort of area there. Buying around 70, accumulating in that zone, selling a little bit of 110, a little bit of 150, a little bit of 200. That sort of over there. Tezos. Wow, I'm putting a lot of charts here for you guys, huh? We'll keep doing this. I see Ape tokens also done really well as well. Where is my Tezos? I had it here somewhere. XTZ, there we go. So this is currently falling a rising wedge. This is actually a bearish pattern, a very much bearish pattern. So just be aware with Tezos. You want to buy anywhere, 1.5 to 1.6 is probably my accumulating zone. But if we lose that, it's a very bearish signal, so it can get ugly quick. So just keep that in mind. But it's fighting this resistances up here. Once it gets through those resistances, we then have it going to 2.3, 2.4 as the next sort of zones. So let me mark them up for you here. So this is the current resistances it's fighting right now, is these ones. Once it's through that, we then have that one. So that's around 2.5. Once we through that, we then have that one. So to basically numb it down, I'd only be buying around 1.5, stop loss under previous low. And I'll be looking to sell around 2.4 and around $3 is where I'll be getting out of them as well. Let's have a look. Uni. Okay, last one. This is breaking a very long-term trend. So this one's good. If you're buying this, I'll be buying it for a longer-term hold. I think short-term frame, it's fine, but I think the real gains are to be made on the long term. So I'd be looking to stock up anyway. If we look at this trend over here, let me just get it up. I'd basically look to load up this anywhere between basically 6.5 to the $7 mark is where our dollar cost. I will put my stop loss around 590 in that sort of zone. But this is breaking a really long trend. So that's a really long trend. So if you look at that on higher time frames, you've got this area up here, which is basically $11 to $12 is probably a good take profits for short, for medium term. And then we've got the next areas, which is around $20. So there's still a lot of good. I think you just got to be patient with uni, but I think it's got a lot of legs to actually to move through. Guys, smash the like, smash the subscribe button if you enjoyed the show. If you want a lot more of it, please comment on it when I tweet. Love it, reshare it. Let's get the momentum back. As soon as the Discord channel has launched and we are ready with it, the live show start again, the $400 thing starts again. Then I can communicate with you guys and we can get that whole rolled. The goal is still $400 to $1 million challenge in 2022. That's what I still want to achieve. I stopped and I slowed down on it because we didn't have the infrastructure to support and to get all the knowledge out to all of you guys. So as soon as that is dropped, then you're part of it. To join those Discords, I just want to warn you guys in advance, you must at least be using just our exchange links on any of the exchanges. Binance, KuCoin, BitGet, and it is the Sniper link. If you want the Sniper signals, the Sniper channels, it's the Sniper links below because we bring in you. I literally have tons of charters that are giving you these calls every day, and I'm paying these guys every month. So this just helps me financially to do that. So it's free for you guys, and it gives you the top amount of alpha. So look to open up ByBit, BitGet, Binance, or KuCoin. Any of those four will allow you to get into the group, and that's it. Then you get short-term leverage signals, you get margin signals, you get spot signals, and you get long-term signals. All four of them in that platform. We've been working hard in the background. I love you lots, Banter fam, and I'll see you all on the next show. Much love. Hakuna Matata. Dun, dun, dun.